Hello, good morning. This is Bernade Flournoy, welcoming you into my art studio. And this is part 3 of our Apple Gnome. Okay. And we're just going to finish up a few details. We painted some of this. I painted this one last weekend, and I painted this one earlier this week. So these, yes, they are in the download folder for a limited time. So this is September 19th. I will probably be removing those probably next weekend. So go, join, print, and paint or color. Allergy sinus season, baby, it is real. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm so glad you're joining me in my studio. How exciting is that? I almost want to just grab my crayons and colored pencils and just kind of go to work. And you can do that, but I like to paint. So that's what I'm going to do. Trying to see if I need to add any touch-ups before. Well, something has decided to hit the deck. Now, Bob is here. Just so you know, he's always here. And we're ready to get started. Did you go grab your download yet? Did you get it? Did you get it? It's in there. I made sure of it yesterday. Now, I know it takes time for the notifications to go out through the internet, but we still go ahead and get started. All right, we're just going to keep it sweet and short, and I'm looking to make sure that I can add. And I can. I just forgot to screen share. Hold on one second. Let me share our reference picture. Okay. Now, I don't know if you noticed that I actually had the paint cam already ready to go today. I didn't invite you today. So let's try this one. I think this will be best for us. Okay. So now we've got our paints right here. All right. And let's see if I can slide this down a little bit so you can see everything. Okay, that's a little bit better. But then I can't slide you in this close. But you know that camera's not being shown right now. So let's go ahead. I added a little bit of a wash on top of the lines. This was not wet on wet here. I just let the paper soak it in. Now, like I said, this is just 20-pound copy paper right out of the printer. You could do that. And it's just going to get a little bit crinkly. We paint on this all the time at school. But, you know, you could flatten that out and keep on going. If you have higher quality paper, and I do have some watercolor paper, but some of it won't fit through my printer. It's so thick and rich. But this will work for us. So now that this is soaked in over here, let's see if just adding another wash on top will affect the actual paint that's in there. Because like I said, before this paint, the recipe changed. Now the purple, the green, the orange, they have kind of some kind of gelatin or something in there where it's not just a pure stain like the black and the red and the blue. Okay, I can still see a few lines through there. That's okay. All right, let's get close to that hat. And I need to unclip. I'm going to come over here with just a little bit more color. And we're moving fast. So some of the lines are not staying as clear. All right, I'm just going to add this right on over here. I'm going back just to get pure paint. So I don't necessarily see our pattern back there. It's back there a little bit. All right, we're just adding some pure paint over here. And I just changed up the colors from our reference. You, of course, can paint it just like that or switch it up. I just wanted to have like a nod to the old, what do you call it? The beard game. Did I pick up some? Maybe I splashed a little bit. So I'm just going to go right on up here. Keep on doing what we're doing. Going right along this edge up here. All right. I'm going to get a little bit more water. And the background, sometimes I like for folks to loosen up a little bit and do the background first. But it just depends. Sometimes you work the background along with the foreground. Depends on your preference. Sometimes I will tell you to concentrate on the subject, what's on the foreground. Let me go ahead and knock this one down here with a little bit of paint, because I like to get rid of the white edges. Let me just blend this one in. So some of the lines are still there. Okay. In the background, it depends on how intense and developed you want it to be. It could be a landscape. Could have kind of kept with the gnome folklore and just had a nice, beautiful sunrise, sunset landscape back there. Now, I am going to clip this back up. I'm going to make sure I have purple all the way to the edges up here. I'm just going in with some straight paint right here. All right. And it's okay for the brush strokes back there. And that kind of lets folks know that it's handmade, and that's okay. All right, so I think we're good. We got rid of all of the white back there. Let me clip this. Let me put this down so I don't end up with paint everywhere. Oops. Now it is really saturated with water, so it could tear very easily right now. So it's very, very fragile. So you got to be careful. This, we don't have any paint on, new fresh paint on here on the shirt yet. So it's still dry and crinkly. But back here, it's like a wet napkin. So you got to be careful. So I'm going to come right down here to this corner. Right here. And just bring this color on up. I don't know if you had a chance to go and get your download. I am saying go get it, because some of these are, of course, the premium designs that we, of course, will sell for paint party events, art kits. Let's see. I probably should get that smaller brush, but I'm not. Just gonna kind of work with that there. So we were just over there in that little area. I got a little bit. Let me just brush this on out just a little bit. Okay, so that's nice, rich, and dark. I wonder if we need to make it nice, rich, and dark up here as well. Maybe I will add just a little bit more, since that purple right now, kind of thick, rich, and creamy. How about that? Right next to that hat. Let me turn my brush over. Does that help? Pop that orange out. Now this is very wet, so we got to be very careful. All right. And then we'll just fade this one out. How is that? Does that darker color kind of help a little bit? And I'm just using whatever I have left in this brush. All right. Ooh, trying not to hit that camera. Like I said, I know I probably need to get another setup so that I can zoom in when I'm working on the smaller ones. Okay, I'm okay with that. Well, since we have some time, I am going to go right over here along this side of the hat. That dark purple really makes that orange pop out. Okay, let's go get some more of this paint. Okay. All right, I gotta be careful and come along here. Let me grab some more paint so it's nice, rich, and dark. And I need to get that smaller brush, but we're gonna try to get in here with that little angle. Okay, so we were able to do it, and now we're just gonna spread this out. This is a lot of paint on here. Got it kind of thick. That automatically helps make that orange rich and pop out. So we're good. I'm happy with that. Let's get a little bit more water. I'm gonna add a little bit more purple down here. Okay. Oh, color just makes our lives so much better. It's the dessert of art, I'm going to say. We have been looking at some of Alma Thomas's work and a little bit about her life. The past couple of weeks, there is an exhibition here at our local Indianapolis Museum of Art, and that is ending on the 28th. And I am so glad our kiddos will be able to go and see it. All right, just by adding more pure color makes this design rich and pop out. Coloring page what? Coloring design where? And remember, we know that this is like a set of training wheels. Let's see what this is looking like up here. I'm trying to get it off there so I can make sure I am looking right around the top here. Now, of course, I'm using praying temper paint. You can, of course, do this with the traditional paint party acrylic paint. I am just in my watercolor era. Okay. Come on through, Miss Taylor, that I need to learn some more about. Okay. Some of my coworkers, they are big Taylor Swift fans. I just don't know the lady. I couldn't name one song. Oh, wait a minute. Shake It Off. Shake It. Isn't that one of hers? Let me stop before social media comes and gets me. I am going right back up over here. I saw a little bit of white, and I'm getting rid of it because this rich purple it's the rich purple takeover. OMG, that is making that really pop out. So yeah, I got a little mistakey poo over here. It is one. Let me clean out my brush. Let me add a few more accents to make the skin color just a little bit more rich. How do you do that? By simply adding another little peachy color layer. All right. This number 6 brush that Praying has added in there, this is like the white nylon hair. It's very comfortable. I almost wish the handle were a little thicker, especially for my younger students and like my older students. So it's not, I don't think the circumference is as round as a pencil. It does not have to be this thin, Praying. I know we're cutting back on our materials and tools. Somebody just let Praying, I know I still love them. I do. All right, so let's go on in here and we're going straight to the brown. Straight to the, ooh, this is still wet. I got purple on my hands now. I'm put my pinky finger out here. Going straight to the brown right here. Oh, yes. You see how that's automatically popping that out, that shadow. Ooh-wee, how delicious. Oh, let me look at my reference. Yes, it's very intense right here. So let me go get a little bit more. Put it all along here because these details are what helps make that artwork pop. Look at that. Look at that. And we're doing it with just a little bit of brown right there. Look at that. That is what we needed to pop that out. Look at that. And then we will fade some of this down. Okay, I just want to make sure this is good brown and rich all the way over here, consistent. Okay. All right. So look at that. Now we could go a little bit deeper, darker on that hat, but we're gonna leave it alone. Okay. Let me get a little bit more. Boop, 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 boop. Oh yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. That's exactly what we needed right there. That helps make that more three-dimensional. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing down here with this blue. I'm going to mix a little bit. I don't know if you see me mixing. Off to the side right here, I'm going to add a little bit of blue right here. Then I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to dab that out. Give me a little bit of black. And I'm coming right here up underneath this beard right here. Ooh, that's really dark, isn't it? Ooh, maybe we went a little bit too dark. I'm gonna come right on down here. Now, as I'm moving you'll see I need to clip that right on back up. I'm coming back over here. Already have the black there. Okay, so let me come on back over here and get some of this blue. Go back on over here. Soften that up a little bit. All right, you see how we're bringing that on down to intensify that color over there? Oh, I got in the purple a little bit. You see that adds a little bit more richness. Okay, you can come over here, add a little bit more back up over here. Okay, you can come on down here and just fade that on up. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we can kind of keep going a little bit and pop that stuff up out of there. I am going to go right on up in here. And I'm just going to go for it right here. Oop. Oop, I keep forgetting that purple is wet. Oh, I hope this isn't too dark. You see how we're doing that shadow? Doggone, I keep forgetting that purple is wet. And we're going to come right down here too. Let me go get a little bit more. Let me double check the time. We're doing okay. All right. I probably could soften this just a wee bit. Okay. Let's see if we can whittle this down just a wee bit. Okay. It's nice and rich there. Oh, I need to go back and add some more brown up here. Now that this is drying. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and add a little bit more richness here. Now I could go grab a little bit more red, and I will. Just adding those little subtle moves right here just makes it. Make sure we can blend this out. Okay. Now you don't have to get this detailed. This is just that portrait girl coming out, all right? I am enjoying the subtleties. This is just me going just a little bit too far. That's all. You don't have to do it. This is just that portrait girl. All right. Let's go ahead and just warm this one up a little bit. One here with a little bit of red. Warming that up just a wee bit. Let's go over here, warm this up. Let me get a little bit of water. Oh boy, that little time gets on the way, doesn't it? Let me add a little bit more water. Oh, so we don't have a harsh line there. Let's get a little bit more orange. Okay. Now this paper right here is super duper wet. So we're adding just a little bit of orange. And I probably should put that blow dryer on it so that we could see what it actually looks like. Okay. Here we are right here. Here's that orange back here again. All right, so this is kind of in the shadow over here. Let's make this part a little more rich, and then we're going to get out of here. Okay. We're warming it up with that brown. There we go. So yes, we're just about done, and we could keep going, keep going, keep going. But this is the portrait girl just warming things up. Don't know where to stop. All right, let's go ahead and add a little bit of orange right here. And we're going to back on up out of here. Okay. There we go. How nice is that? That's coming along nicely. Okay. So we could still dabble, 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 mess around right here. I'm going to go ahead and capture this part right here. That'll help make that pop a little bit more. Okay. So, yes, we're happy with this. This is a whole complete statement, I do believe. Okay. Oh, I see. We're going to end up with purple on us. All right. Let me come back to you. Yes. So, I don't know what spin you want to put on it. I'm going to clip this on here so that it does, so I can handle it carefully. And yeah, let me come back to you. Let me remove, add myself, and let me come on up here. Boop. All right, let me lean you up a little bit, and here we are. This is our take on the apple gnome. As I'm looking at it, I see I could add a little bit more rich orange, but you know what? We've made a whole complete statement. Let me make sure the light is good here. We got in here doing our little art girl painting technique stuff up in here, but you don't have to get that deep. I just wanted to kind of echo back to the actual reference a little bit with a little bit of modeling. Now, I'm happy. This is part 3. You can go grab this at the time of filming. This is September 19th. 7 a.m. almost in the morning. You can go grab this, and I'll leave it in there probably for about another week. All right. Then we're going to slide it over to our Etsy shop and our shop on thepaintedpoles.com. Thepaintedpoles.com. Enjoy your day. Okay. Do something that makes your heart come alive. All right. This does it for me, inviting you into the studio. This is Brene Flanoy, art teacher by day, portrait painter in the evenings, and paint party instructor and art kit maker. Digital designs, you better come on and get you some. Go check it out on thepaintedpoles.com.